Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the shittiest podcast on the internet. I am Lonnie,
And I am Alex.
and we're just gonna hop right into things. And I'm just gonna start off with what we basically just got done doing. We just got done watching the UFC fight.
That's right.
The fucking I forget which number it is, but the main card was Adesanya versus
287.
Pereira. 287.
I gotta be honest, dude. I am inspired because, honestly, Izzy is probably Israel Adesanya's. For those who don't know him, is probably one of my favorite fighters.
God, he's entertaining. He is so entertaining.
He is so entertaining. There's something crazy about no matter what you're doing in life, you can literally have, whether you're a true artist, like a paintbrush artist, going across a canvas painting a fucking Picasso, or you're a brutal, basically modern day Spartan gladiator going into war. There's something beautiful about that. Even that fight, two kickboxers, we were talking about how it's like a chess match. And when you're at that level of your craft, you truly are an artist.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool how we can look at something that's deep down, we know it's so inherently brutal and violent and barbaric, but it's still poetry in motion. You're still able to see wow, that was a good move. You can see the tactics that they are thinking about, and you can see well, if this isn't working, I can switch to this. And it's just there's so many things that go into it that the untrained eye doesn't understand, and it's really is beautiful to watch in action, right? And it's honestly impressive because it's something so violent, and people are bleeding and they're fucking getting their fucking limbs broken and they're getting their eyes poked and shit, and it can get so violent, but the fact that we can still appreciate the beauty of it all, it's because most martial arts started off as an art form, right? They don't call it martial arts. You know what I mean? It's for no reason. It started off as an art, and that's how people, just were able to defend themselves, right? And it's just a really
dude, how
impressive.
do you think? Who do you think the first motherfucker to be so if I drag my fucking shin bone across his forehead,
how bad could that mess him up?
And how can I learn how to whip my fucking elbow harder than I can already throw it?
No, that's honestly, yeah.
Who the fuck thought of that?
No, that's a really good point, because it's it started off as an art form. So who was the guy that was let me kick somebody's ass with this art? Let me kick some ass with some art.
Or I kind of get boxing, right? Because even a Neanderthal could make a fist and be if I throw this hard enough at someone's face, it'll hurt.
Yeah.
But who the fuck was if I whip my fucking shin bone high enough and right at his fucking head, it'll just put him to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck thought of that? What the fuck?
A violent person. And that's that's where the fucking dichotomy comes in, because it's it's beautiful, but then at the tail end of that beautiful leg kick is someone getting their fucking face smashed to bits.
Right.
So I love that juxtaposition of the beautiful leg kick into somebody getting absolutely demolished,
just hammered.
Dude, the way the fight ended today.
Yeah,
it wasn't a leg kick, but goddamn, he fucking rocks. He's up against the fence. He doesn't know what to do. So we think,
right?
And then he thinks he's got him. Pereira thinks he's got Adesanya, and then Adesanya just boom with that right hand of his,
just rocks him.
He's wobbled, then hits him with another right hand, hits him with a left hand on the way down, and he's on his back, knocked out, of course. And then to still come in
with the hammer
fist,
that's
and
right.
Just ooh, dude, oh
ends
my god,
hammer
fist is I don't even know how that's legal. Honestly, it just seems so scary to be on the receiving end of
a hammer fist.
I got nothing but respect for these fighters, because the fact that you can step into an octagon knowing that you can get put on your back and hammer fisted at least a couple times before the ref decides to step in. you gotta have some serious cojones to
That's
be
a
able to pull that off.
that's a scary, very scary thought. And actually, on that same topic, what is? I don't think I've ever asked this before, but what do you think is your like worst fear? Give me your worst fear while living, and then the worst way, like your worst fear of dying. Like, what's your worst fear of it all ending?
All right. So I'll start off with the dying one first because it's really it doesn't seem like it does. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. So basically, my fear of dying is like drowning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the reason that's fucks with me so much, that scares me so much, is like, you could be in the beach, or you could be in a fucking lake, or you could be in a pool. You could be any body of water, right? And you could be 5 feet from the surface or 50 feet from the surface, and it doesn't matter because you're just, I don't know. There's just something about knowing that you're not going to be able to take another breath. I don't know. That anxiety just kills me inside. It's like
Mm.
knowing that like you're swimming up and you're not going to make it, and then you kind of just stop and you're just like, well, I'm dead now.
That's
Like,
it.
I can't go. Like, I don't have oxygen. I can't breathe. I can't go anymore. And then like you just sink and you're just like, well, it's a good run, I guess. That scares the shit out of it. I can't. I would rather not drown. I would also not like to burn alive. You know what I
That
mean?
would be fucked.
Because that's like the opposite end of the spectrum, where the anxiety isn't killing you, the pain
Mhm.
is killing you. Right? That's just straight up fire on your body. That's burning you alive, and that's gonna probably be the worst way to go out, besides like a nuclear bomb, probably.
Okay, you know what? I was about to say, what do you think is worse? Right? Because what you just described to me was like drowning. You can still fight it to an extent. Like you can still swim in hopes that
That you're gonna make it.
potentially you'll get there, right? But what's worse? Something like a nuclear bomb where you see it coming and you hear it being announced and you just know that when that thing drops, there's nothing you can do. You can't fight it. That's just your reality. Or do you think it's worse getting like fucking gang raped by a fucking mountain lion?
Oh, okay.
Because like honestly, like a mountain lion or like an animal, like you're pretty fucked if it gets on you, but like you could still fight until you die.
And I would rather have a chance to fight till I die.
So okay, but what do you think? Do you think that you would find peace in like a way of dying where you know there's nothing you can do?
Oh, 100%. Because that's it. The fact, like, if you know exactly when or how and where, like, you're gonna die, you could prepare for it, and you could almost like you could prepare for it, right? And you could like just feel content with the reality that no matter what, it's not just you, it's everybody, right? At least everybody around you.
Yeah.
A nuclear bomb. So I don't know. There's something about like it would almost be comforting, right? Because you're not the only one going out. It's gonna be, it's gonna look cool, right?
The nuke?
Yeah.
So you're like, fuck it. I am gonna die, but at least this is gonna be a cool ass fucking ending scene to my chapter.
Yeah,
my
like
life.
do you remember have you ever seen Terminator 2?
Dude, you wanna know something crazy?
You haven't? You haven't seen the Terminator movies?
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh my god.
I know, dude. I know.
We're gonna have to have a talk after
We're
this
gonna
episode.
have to have a movie marathon actually.
That would be fun as fuck because I have watched so many movies, and I don't know if I don't know. I think it was just my family, honestly, that watched a lot of movies.
Mhm.
Because whenever I talk to any of my other friends, I'm like always quoting movies. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I quote movies a lot, and people don't recognize the quotes, and that's when I'm like, am I quoting a movie that no one's ever seen, or am I quoting a part that they don't know because they just haven't seen it in a while?
Like me and you were just talking about like coffee.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, Alice in Wonderland was great.
No.
Or you just quote like the most absurd.
Oh my god.
Or what's one of the most famous movie lines you could quote?
Thanks for putting me on the spot.
I know you're like, oh, I quote him all the time.
Yeah, I know, right? I guess that's my fault. No, I guess instead of like, I honestly like, yeah, put on the spot. I don't fucking know. I can't think of anything, but I can tell you now that I would usually quote probably the most quotable ones would be Will Ferrell movies.
So
Any
you're a
Will Ferrell
comedy
movie.
guy.
Oh, I love comedy. Yeah, comedy is probably my favorite genre of movie besides horror, right? And I started enjoying.
I love horror movies, man.
I started getting into horror when I was like when I was 6 or 7. I was really getting into horror movies, and I haven't stopped loving them. Right? I've never really seen any horror movies I couldn't conquer. Right? There's no movie that's really too scary for me. There was one when I was like 9, The Grudge. If any of you guys know about The Grudge, that one was really scary. But that's really the only movie that ever fucked me up as a kid.
The Grudge,
No
dude.
other-
You know what?
no
You
other
know a
movies
movie.
really did it to me.
You know the scariest movie I've ever seen, and it wasn't even a movie that had like jump scares in it necessarily. It was Hereditary. You ever seen that movie? Dog.
I have.
That movie,
It's fucked up.
psychological like thriller at its like peak. When there was a scene where the mom is like waking up the daughter or something, and the son, and the son's like freaked the fuck out, and you don't like the way that they did the camera angles was so beautifully done, because they went like from the son and he was like freaked out, and then they went back to the mom and she was like, what's wrong? And nothing was wrong with her. And then they went back to the son, he like looked even more afraid, and when they went back to the mom, she was like drenched, and then she was like, what's wrong? And then they went back to her and she like caught fire. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
It's fucking intense.
That is an insane movie. By the way, we have to cut this off because I don't know why we never can get this goddamn laptop in front of us before we start.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to put that clip up on screen. Hold on.
Nicolas Cage I share the same birthday with Nicolas Cage.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're basically Nicolas Cage.
How you doing, man? I don't know what he sounds like. I do not know what he sounds like.
Dude, you know what? He's had a crazy career. He played in Ghost Rider, which
what a phenomenal
great movie.
I love that movie, right? I'm a sucker for like those old Marvel movies and those old comic book movies like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And that Ghost Rider movie, not the second one, Spirit of Vengeance, I didn't care for. But the first one, was some peak Nick Cage. Oh my god, yeah, that's pretty scary.
All right, we're going to put this up on the screen really quick. This shit's fucking insane, dude.
Because that's what she's having a nightmare. She's scared.
Yeah.
She sees all the bugs. That's fucking creepy as shit.
That's
already.
creepy as fuck.
It was all a dream.
What's going on? You're sleepwalking. I'm sorry. Is Charlie here? Why are you scared of me?
Oh, God.
What? I never wanted to be your mother.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, dude. And the like suspense when they cut off the music.
This was
and
such a fucked up movie, dude.
I was scared. I didn't feel like a mother. But she pressured me. Then why did you have me? It wasn't my fault. I tried to stop it. How? I tried to have a miscarriage.
Damn. Okay, but is this too long of a clip?
Oh, we're gonna cut.
However,
We're gonna
I
just
did everything I
get
told
the
you to
reaction
do,
to the
and it
fire
didn't
part.
work. I'm happy it didn't work. You tried to kill me. I love you. Why did you try to kill me? Why did you try to kill me?
Dude, and the fucking craziest part about that is during the movie, you think that whole fucking scene, like that
You
whole,
thought that was real.
it's all real.
Yeah.
You thought it's real. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, just beautifully fucking done how they did that, dude.
Yeah, no, the director
Beautifully
of
done.
the director of that movie, Ari Aster, I believe his name is. He has done that movie, Hereditary. He's done, God, what was it? I can't think of the name. It's the one where they're in like Sweden or something, and they do shrooms, and then like some fucked up shit happens. Look up. Hold on.
Oh, Midsummer.
Midsummer. Yes, you got
That's fucking terrible. I
it.
hated
It was
that
a
movie.
bad, as in you didn't like the movie.
I
or-
hated that movie.
Okay,
I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
watch it again.
Will that provide better insight?
Well, yeah, dude. If you didn't understand it the first time, you should probably give it another go, don't you think?
So if it wasn't good the first time, go again.
No, it's not what I'm saying about. It's not what That's not universal advice that you should use for everything. By the way, I'm just saying, like, it was shot like the movie was shot well, and yeah, some crazy shit happens, and that's why I
Right.
feel like it'd be a good, Damn it. That's why I feel like it's like a good. Point is, the director of that movie is really fucking great, right? And he's also done The Witch. I don't know if you saw that one either. It was like set in like the fucking 1800s, like very olden times.
Okay.
And
Off this topic.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, but off this movie topic that we're on. If you were a director of a movie and you had to pick a main character and a movie, what is it going to be about? What's your movie about, and what's your character?
It's a good question. It's a very hard question to think of off the bat because, like, just so many things come to mind. You could do like a fucking like badass movie, right? Where like you got a John Wick type guy.
You could do that.
That's always a sick movie, right?
I was
that's always
thinking set in space,
space. The Final Frontier.
cowboy,
Space cowboys?
gay.
Gay space cowboys.
Yes.
So
Because you're covering a lot of bases.
So
there.
Brokeback Mountain in space.
Yes.
You've never seen Brokeback Mountain?
I don't know what that is.
Well, I'll tell you.
Is it about
It's a movie
cowboy?
about two gay cowboys.
All right.
And they fall in love.
So now they go into space.
Yeah, so just do that.
But in space.
Put them in space now.
It's automatically better.
You know what's funny? I bet you're gonna react. That movie that you've never heard of. Do you know who's in it? You know who the two gay cowboys are?
Who?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal
plays a gay cowboy.
Played. He's not always playing a gay cowboy. He used to play a gay cowboy.
I mean, I've seen a lot of his movies.
I think this movie came out in like 2006, right? And you know who his co-star was? You know who the other gay cowboy was?
Who?
None other than the motherfucking Joker, Heath Ledger.
Really?
Before he passed, that was one of his movies he was in. He was in
Brokeback Mountain.
And I've seen this.
They
movie.
played gay. They were like actually full on. Like
they were
committed.
making out.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's a really good movie too.
Honestly, that's some commitment
love.
for that's
beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Gay love.
Gay love's the best love, dude.
It's pure.
Dude, I don't know. I think that if you put that same concept in space, we got a hit on our hands.
Is there? Well, what do they use for horses? Is there space horses?
Well,
do you figure? Is this set in fantasy? Is this space set in fantasy where you could add in space horses, or
dude,
is this set in reality? Like,
I mean, we're already in space. Might as well add some fucking
space horses.
Space horses? No, unicorns. Because why not?
Unicorns would make more sense. Mythical creatures would make more sense.
A griffin.
Do you really think mythical creatures, if they were to exist, could survive the vacuum of space?
No.
Like none of them?
Well, that doesn't even make sense because dinosaurs can't go in space.
I'm sorry,
can
dinosaurs
they?
existed, friend.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
talking about unicorns and like
Okay, but yeah,
big ass dragons.
if we're talking about
Did they
like
do space travel?
if we're talking about creatures that would have been residing on Earth, even if they're mythical, Harry
Right.
Potter can't go into space. Or can
And
they?
they're wizards, dude.
And they're wizards and they can't figure
Fuck,
it out.
you're right. That was a dumb question. You would think there's got to be one cool enough animal that could go to space, but maybe there's not. I think only like there's no Earth-born animal that could survive in space. Only like the cosmic crazy animals like Cthulhu or something could survive in space. You know what's crazy? Do you know what Cthulhu is? Cthulhu's in the ocean and he came from space, but now he lives in the ocean and he's just sleeping.
Okay.
You ever heard of H.P.
Who
Lovecraft?
the fuck is Cthulhu?
Dude,
See, now this is where you're pulling out the movie lines, and I have
this
no
is
idea.
not from a movie. This is from a book.
Cthulhu?
So
I feel
there's
uncultured.
dude, okay. It's called fuck.
It's called fuck.
Lovecraftian like horror is what it's called.
Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah, so this author, H.P. Lovecraft, created like a whole new. It's basically like cosmic horror. So like these beings came from outer space. Like imagine like a Galactus or a Dormammu from Marvel.
Okay.
Right? Now imagine that they look hundreds of times scarier. Right? And they look so scary that when you see them, like when a human sees them, they just go insane.
Wow.
And they're taller than like skyscrapers, right? Like remember the episode 1 giant alien dicks? These are the giant alien dicks you were talking about.
Really? They have those dicks.
So yeah, Cthulhu has the giant alien dick that you were talking about episode 1.
Do they
I'm
show
surprised
it?
I forgot to. It's a book.
Oh.
You have to read about the.
Do they explain the girth and the circumference?
Dude, how crazy would that be, right? Fucking
Cthulhu.
This guy was writing fucking fiction in the 1900s.
I could already imagine he's smoking. He's smoking a stogie. He's like, the clouds parted.
He's got the big pipe.
He's got the big pipe. Children ran and played in the museum in the parks. Birds flying in the air. All of a sudden, the clouds parted like the Red Sea. And a 13-story
Cthulhu's massive schlong rose. Cthulhu's
slid
schlong.
His giant schlong slid across Central Park.
It is said that the sheer size of this schlong induces madness when seen.
Oh no. Dude, but that's the thing is like
Cthulhu's powers though. He can like make you insane.
If you see like that's the thing is like these people have to have had like these comic book characters have giant cocks, dude.
You can't be a giant being and not have a giant cock.
Yeah, like Hulk, dude.
Okay, that was pretty obvious. We all know Hulk has a big dong.
Why doesn't like? But that's the thing is like he wears no clothes. Like you would think that thing is like you would see it as he's jumping around.
Shorts.
Yeah, dude, isn't it? It's ironic.
It's you know what? It'd be pretty funny if Hulk had a proportionately small wiener for his body,
or he kept everything changed but his wiener. It's just the same human little wiener. That'd be kind of funny. It's just like he's jumping in the air and it's just like flapping in the wind.
God, dude, I would feel really bad for Hulk if that was the case. Everything got angry except his dick.
Ah, man,
that wouldn't be cool.
That wouldn't be cool, dude.
Do you think Stanley would do that?
How is he gonna fuck She-Hulk?
Yeah, you think Stanley would do that? No way.
No way.
You think Stanley would give Hulk erectile dysfunction?
No chance.
Insane.
Okay. I feel like if you could be any of the superheroes for a day. No, actually, if you could have one superpower.
Just one power
for one day.
For one day.
One power for one day. What is it? And what are you going to do with it? Are you going to try and get rich with it? Or are you going to try and...
You don't have time to get rich. You only have one day.
You definitely have time to get rich.
One day is not enough
If you
time.
pick the right superpower, dog.
What fucking power am I going to pick? I'm going to power to make money, man.
Dog,
Get
invisibility.
super rich.
You just fucking rob everyone,
No,
dog.
Dude, invisibility
Dog,
wouldn't work.
invisibility.
Wouldn't work.
Yes, it would.
No, because I'm
I
invisible.
would immediately...
You're right, because I'm invisible.
Okay.
But your clothes aren't.
Dog, I would get naked.
Okay, and then what are you carrying?
And I would get
That's not going to
invisible.
be invisible.
Yeah, but they're not going to fucking know what to do. They're going to think a
Oh,
force...
it's a ghost.
They're going to shit their
You're
pants.
Right. They are going to be scared.
I'm going to go to the literal biggest mansion that I can find, and I'm going to rob it of everything it fucking has.
Okay.
And who's going to stop me? They don't even know what the fuck's going on.
Which celebrity are you robbing with this invisibility power you have? Who are you hitting a lick on? Which celebrity?
Jennifer Aniston.
Why her? She seems so nice.
I'm a big Friends fan. I always wanted to meet her. But she wouldn't know.
That's the point. You're not gonna meet her. You're
yeah, but
her.
I'm at least I guess.
So you just want to lay in her bed and smell her pillows and stuff.
Okay, you caught me. I just kind of wanted to be in the same room. And
you're gonna do a panty raid on Jennifer Aniston.
Dude, that drawer's gone.
On second thought, invisibility sounds like a really good superpower.
No, but honestly, dude, I would literally pick invisibility, and I would literally go to a mansion. I would get all their jewels,
Dude,
I
just don't think it would work.
I would literally get all of their fucking shit.
You don't think one person would be like, I think this guy might be invisible?
No, until I start talking, I'm like, oh. I stub my toe. Fuck!
Good luck catching me alive. As you're walking out the front door.
I start getting cocky and my 24 hours runs up and I'm naked and they're fucking... I'm carrying a flat screen TV. I'm like, oh, shit.
You're wearing a really nice new necklace and you're just butt ass naked though.
I'm wearing their fucking
Family
cap and
heirlooms.
gown. Their cap and gown. I'm wearing the wife's fucking necklace.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, shit.
What's going on here?
How did
I get here?
How did I get here?
Dude, because you would just appear out of nowhere. So you might be able to, say someone teleported you.
And dude, I would play the craziest joke.
Teleportation.
I would pick a day.
That's a good power.
I would pick like a Sunday night, and I would go to I would get I would find the biggest office building I could find, and I would wait until Monday morning. If I could time it out, I would wait till Monday morning when there's like the biggest office Monday morning sales meeting and everyone's around this little circle table, and I would just get up right on that desk and I would get hard and I would just wait for the invisibility to run out while they're all talking about sales.
Would the sales keep you stiff? Are you that into business?
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways that I could make them this most scared they can be.
So you're gonna sit there for 24 hours?
No, not 24 hours. After I rob Jennifer Aniston's panty drawer,
so
I'm gonna go to the. Things. Yeah, you're right. I probably wouldn't get rich. I'd probably do the stupidest shit.
You wouldn't have time to get rich. Thank you. You wouldn't have time to get rich.
Okay, but what about a little bit rich?
Yeah, you could hit like I said, you could hit a lick on somebody. I'm sure. You know, you could.
Okay,
get
isn't invisibility the funnest one?
No.
I want to fly for a day.
No. For a day, what would be? Oh God. Let's see. Talking with animals would be cool, but you need to.
Oh my God! What the fuck kind of answer is that,
dude? Every single animal I can talk to and control.
Yeah.
You
gotta pick one.
So I can control them, but I have no idea how to do it.
Dude, you can't.
I can't speak ant. Okay, they go hand in hand. I'd have to have both.
What'd you know? Why do you have to tell them what you're about to do to them?
I'm just like really.
That's actually kind of fucked up.
I'm really nice to the animals, so
you're talking to a dog like, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna fucking make you go fucking rob this person."
I'd be like, "You're gonna rob this person, but we're gonna we're gonna split like a treat. You're gonna get a good treat after this.
What do you think he would say to you?
Yes. Oh, great. Yeah. Let's fucking do this. I get a
Let's
treat.
fucking
I
do
get a
it.
treat. Let's fucking go, dude. I want a treat. You know, dogs. They are a treat. They would do anything.
Dude,
for a
dogs
treat.
literally think
Dogs would do anything.
eat
for a
shit,
treat.
piss, sleep.
That's the life.
That's a kind of a good
live
life.
The life of a baby.
Yeah.
Except they get to be so much more active and more mobile than a baby.
They get to actually know what's happening.
Yeah. The only upside about a baby is that it turns into
A
not
monster.
a baby.
Oh.
Like it turns into like a bigger baby.
Dude.
I guess a kid would be a bigger baby.
A kid would be a bigger baby.
Are we just like really big babies?
We kind of are just like big babies.
All humans are really, really, really grown up babies.
I don't know, man. I feel like I would definitely pick invisibility because
Invisibility for 24 hours is a good one. I think another good one would be like
I don't want like super strength.
for 24 hours, what could you do with super strength?
Exactly.
Like you could do things, but you'd just be picking shit up. You go pick this thing up. I bet I could pick this thing up.
Let me go get that.
Yeah,
and,
it would get boring after. It would
but,
get boring
like-
because you wouldn't have enough time to do anything with it. Like,
Yeah.
you need a power. That
super
you
speed.
Can, yes.
You'd be so quick that you would
I
be
think
invisible.
that's the best one. I think that's the best one.
You'd be so quick that you
Like-
are invisible.
Like Flash's version of super speed, I think is probably the most.
Because you would literally you would basically be invisible. You just grab all the shit and then leave. But
No,
then
because
it's
when
but
you're
then,
that fast, I could go to Guatemala right now. Go fucking do whatever the fuck I want in Guatemala and be back before you stopped making that facial expression.
That's right.
That's
I would
the
go
best
steal
one.
like
All right, figured it out.
art.
Super speed.
I would go steal art.
Go steal a Da
sell it
Vinci.
on
Go
the black
steal a DiCaprio.
on the black market.
Go steal.
That's how you
another
could
one.
get rich. And then you'd still have like
Dude, you'd have
22 hours left.
Plus, the way that works, it's like it doesn't time slow down for you. So that 24 hours could be like how long? You know what I mean? If you're in super speed mode the whole time.
Well, now we're getting real in depth, but
Dude, yeah, you would think like a dope power, you know, obviously something that could make you, you know, it would be sick. A dope power like talking to the dead would be a sick power to have for 24 hours. You could talk to any
dude,
family
they
members.
can't. I don't want to talk to them.
You could talk to famous dead people. You could talk to dead people and
No,
figure out
dude.
what happens after you die.
No,
like where
dude.
you go.
No, you want me to give you the answer?
What
Because they're not
answer to what? What are you answering?
they're all they're gonna do is fucking nag at you. They're old as shit.
Dude,
All old people do is nag.
You haven't visited my grave.
I seen you doing that. You just disappoint me and you haven't given me flowers. Why can't you be more like Johnny and his son Bob? He always comes on Sunday and
That's what it would be, dude.
Stop jerking off so much. Sorry, Grandma. Sorry.
Grandma, I didn't know you could see that. Change the channel.
That would not be cool. That wouldn't be good. I don't want my grandma seeing any of that.
No,
That'd be pretty awkward.
that would be awkward.
Yeah. You don't think that'd still be like a cool, like you could talk to dead famous people, like, I don't know who's cool, like Jimi Hendrix. You don't even need to say anything. You can just say hi. You could just go say
Dude,
hi to
I don't
dead
think
Jimi
they
Hendrix.
know what's going on after death. I think they're just gonna come back as themselves, and they're only gonna give
And
you
you
their
talk to
past.
them. You could talk to literally anybody. I don't understand how
George
that's a
Washington?
bad. Yeah, you could go talk
Why
to
don't I
George.
want to talk to him?
Okay, what did he do to you? The fuck
You think
did
he
George
would?
do to
Do
you?
you think he
huh?
would like offer any insight?
No, I don't think. Honestly, I don't think any of them would.
Really?
I feel like a lot of them would just be like, "You need to figure that out for yourself, young man."
Mm.
What are they? They're not going to give you the winning lottery numbers. What could they? What advice realistically could they fucking give you
Okay, dude.
to make you?
Speaking of
successful?
this, I've always thought, like if I could go in the future or in the past, I would always go in the past because, speaking of winning lottery numbers, I would literally just sports bet.
That's it.
Sports bet, and I would just be the fucking man.
So you can only travel in one direction. You would choose the past.
Yes, because then I would be rich. And I already know what happens in the future.
What happens in the future?
Fucking we fuck everything up. That's what happens in the fucking future.
Nothing good happens.
Nothing good happens in the future, dog.
That's an interesting.
Like if you went like 20 years in the future from 2023, it might not be that bad. You might have a wife, kids. You're like, oh, this is sweet. Like if you go like 1,000 years, into the future, that's fucked. Like the world's not even gonna be here anymore. You're gonna be floating in space.
That's not a guarantee, dude.
Yeah, but
you know what I always thought is what time travelers and shit like that, what they never, or teleportation in general, what they don't take into account? The rotation of the earth.
Elaborate.
So imagine you're traveling back in time, right?
Traveling back in time.
Or even forward in time.
Okay.
And let's say we built our time machine right here.
Mm-hmm.
What would be right here 1,000 years in the past or 1,000 years in the future? The Earth could be on the other side of the fucking. Right. The Earth could be on the other side of the motherfucking sun, for all we know.
We could be in fucking.
Or this spot right here 1,000 years ago could have been fucking buried underwater. Or something,
well, I don't think they ever elaborate though, because what they could be doing, they couldn't like Back in the Future, like the classic space travel movie, the DeLorean. What if homie actually already took that into account and he's like, we would have to go to this specific year and this specific point in time so that we're right here? Because you're right, like to travel at this point in time, you'd probably have to pick like a very specific moment in time to come back to that same spot with the rotation of the Earth.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's something that never gets taken into account when you're fucking watching.
You're not wrong.
Travel movies.
You're not wrong.
Like,
but also,
would that even matter?
I don't even fucking know.
Time travel's not even possible. I don't even think time travel's possible.
I don't know, dude.
Basic form of like the laws of physics, I think simply wouldn't allow it.
Well, I don't know much about physics. All I know is that I feel like there has been space or time travel for a really long time and nobody's just told us.
I don't know, man. You think I know first of all, conspiracy theories aside, I know for a fact the government's got to be keeping shit from us. Like there's no way the government's being completely transparent, right? So they could have something potentially like time travel. My only question is, what are they using it for if they do have it? What are they changing? And what are they trying to predict? What
actually,
are they changing?
I'm wrong because if
you are wrong, I agree with that. Because I don't think it's time travel. I think they're hiding other things, but we can get into that after.
I think if one country found, whoever the first country to find time travel is basically wins. Like they just win. Because they can go back and they can train people to go back in time and change everything to their advantage.
Yeah, but you don't know what's gonna happen
if you do that.
Yeah, like if you were.
But I don't think they would give a fuck.
It doesn't matter, dude, because it's too big of a risk to take. You could go.
I don't think so.
You could go back in time, right?
I think human greed and human curiosity would overcome it.
Dude,
Oppenheimer.
Let's just say Russia went back in time, right? Russia was the first ones to figure it out. They go back in time and they want to make Russia.
Everyone's speaking Russian, dog.
Superpower. And how do you do that then, though?
You're right.
Because they might do something, and then what they did causes
Russia to fucking
collapse, right? And then Cuba's the biggest country in the world or something. It's like they could that's the biggest thing with time travel is you don't know how shit's gonna get affected.
But you don't think they would at least try because of their greed?
I think they would send a person, maybe.
I think time travel would literally be the end of everything.
Yeah, but which instance in human history do you try to go to and change? And what are you changing exactly? Like what like I know Russia was just an example, but you know, any country for that matter, anybody,
Right.
like the only thing I would change history for is to just make me rich or famous. You know what I mean? I wouldn't change history
But
to
what if that
fucking
changes some shit?
exactly. Me being rich and famous could lead to the end of the world as we know it.
Exactly. No, I feel as if though I don't know, man. I feel as if it really could whoever the first person to discover time travel is, or if it's even possible.
That's what I'm saying. You keep saying it like it's possible. I don't think it's possible. I think there's
Okay.
other shit that's possible.
Doesn't it seem like the more likely thing though? Like as opposed to like I don't know. All I know for sure, there are other motherfucking beings in our fucking universes. Because
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think the biggest thing is I think it's like one of two things, and I know there's like names for this or like the name of the theory or whatever, but it's either they're so advanced that they don't give a shit about us because why would they need to, right?
Right.
It's like us looking at an ant. It's like who gives a fuck, right?
Right.
That's the one option, and then the other option is there is other life out there, but it could very well just be like how we started off, like that other life. Keep in mind, life means like bacteria. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it could very well just be another planet that has some bacteria or some single-celled organisms living on it at the moment, and they're not going to be like actual things for another who knows how long, who knows how many years, right? I think that's like really interesting, right? And I think it's a very I think both of them are like 50-50 possibilities. Like they're out there and they're so ahead of us that they don't care, or they're out there and they're so behind us that it's literally going to be impossible to bridge that gap
Right.
between, you know, whatever species it might end up becoming.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting topic. I
No, it
fucking
is
love
because
talking about
it's crazy
the outer
because when you
space
think
and
about when you really think about that concept of how big the universe is, because it's like ever expanding. You can't really stop it. I feel like there has to be more beings out there. Now, whether it's because they know we're here and they just don't give a fuck, or if it's some crazy thing like the fact that they are the fact that they possibly, who knows if they're actually that advanced, or what if they're not even, they just don't know we're even here. Like what if we're like in the butt crack of the universe and somehow they just can't reach us or something like that.
So you're saying the universe is like a fucking obese person that can't wipe their ass right?
Yes.
And you think we're in the ass?
I think we're right in that nook that you can never find.
So you think we're in a really shitty area of the universe? Like you think this Milky Way galaxy is like a bad spot? It's like bad real estate in our cosmos?
Yes. And like if you traveled 1,000 years into the future, it's not going to be called the Milky Way. It's going to be called the, insert shit joke here. But yeah, man, I mean, I think overall, okay, let's say that they did find a way to inhabit another planet, like a moon or a Mars. Are you getting on that first spaceship if they asked you?
If they ask me, 100%.
You're getting on that first spaceship if they ask you.
Yeah, no matter the cost, no matter the there's hopefully there isn't a cost. That's what I'm. If they ask me to be like the guinea pig, I'm so down. Right?
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you never seen that video of that spaceship blowing up when they just took
that
off?
teacher that died in that shit.
Was there a teacher in there?
That dude, it was literally like she won like
A
contest.
Oh
to
my
go to
god.
space. And then,
That is fucked up.
all of America's watching, and there's a big like event at their school, like, oh my god, she's going.
And it blows.
And it blows
That's
up.
so sad.
Yeah, really sad.
But what a fucked up. You won you won
That's
a
like
contest.
winning the lottery, right?
You won
Like,
a contest and you died.
Yeah, but
You're like, I'm going to space, Mom. She's like, no way. I'm going to watch it.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's basically what happened, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, that sucks.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's like, what a cool
That was
way
meant to
go
be.
out. What a cool way to go out.
Yeah.
First off, I mean, she didn't make it to space yet.
So not only hold on. Was this really a fucking contest?
Yeah, it was like Apollo. It's like Apollo 13 or something, dude. They didn't make it.
So you're like,
They
not
didn't-
only this
They
is the
didn't make
coolest
it,
way to go.
All right, they didn't.
Not only did she not make it, but she went out.
She didn't even get to the.
She
She didn't even
get
break
to
the
goal.
atmosphere. She didn't break the atmosphere.
Hold on. Apollo 11?
No, probably not. Apollo 11's like the first one. Apollo.
Holy shit. What's
God,
happening?
dude.
Oh no.
Yeah. Several schools were named in her honor as she was posthumously awarded the Congressional Space Medal of Honor. She got the Space Medal of Honor.
Wait. Died at age 37. So wait, on the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart in addition to
73
taking
seconds
school
was life.
teacher Krista McCauley.
Krista McCullough? Yeah,
So
whatever her name is.
she
Rest in
dead
peace.
ass.
Rest in
So
peace,
she
Krista.
won a fucking contest.
To go to space.
So let me
Dude,
let me
that-
just
shame on you, NASA.
this is fucked
Because
up.
you're gonna, like, no other spaceships have done that.
Blown up. Yeah.
Okay? That's the one
That's
that
the
did.
one.
And the one with the
They
school
put like
teacher
regular
award-
pedestrians
with the
on it.
fucking, you give her like the lotto award of winning.
There was a
That's
school bus
and that's
teacher
the
on it.
spaceship you guys are gonna fuck up on.
Okay, this is really fucked up.
That's like getting burned to death times 1,000. Hey, the game's over, pal. That's like getting burned to death times 1,000. Getting exploded in a spaceship 12,000 feet in the air.
What do you mean?
Remember how at the beginning we were talking about bad ways to go?
Okay. Oh yeah. So like if you get exploded in a
That's
spaceship.
that's a good and a bad way. Good because it's like a spectacle,
right.
but bad because it's like you just exploded, and that probably
Well-
doesn't feel good. That's got to feel bad for at least a second or two, right?
You think? Or do you think it's just like so fast?
Do you think it's instantaneous?
Does your brain even recognize it? Like, why the
I
fuck
don't
does our
know,
brain
man.
even recognize pain? That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, why do you do that, brain?
Like, why can we just not? Well, I
Well,
get why, but fucking stupid.
It's a
shit.
survival thing.
Stupid reasons.
Yeah, science reasons.
like,
is
oh, I
it-
cut myself.
Yeah, and like your brain tells you it hurts because you need to know that you cut yourself.
So I can bandage it. Let
Sorry.
me die.
I can see that. I
Let
cut
me go
myself.
out.
Dude. But those people that can experience pain, that kind of
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple of those, and it does suck.
because they'll accidentally put their hand on the fucking stove while it's on,
Yeah.
and they don't realize that they're getting fucking 3rd-degree burns right now.
Right.
And that's not. And although they can't feel the 3rd-degree burns, their body still goes through that shit. Like their body
That
still.
pain.
Yeah, your body still goes through it. Like physically,
Right.
you're never gonna be the same, even if you can't feel it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like if you if you went through like 3rd-degree burns across your whole body, and you're one of those people that can't feel pain, your body is still gonna be completely fucked up for life. Like you won't be able to walk right and shit like that. Like just because you can't feel the pain doesn't mean your body still doesn't react. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're right. 'Cause your body would react a little weird.
That's
crazy.
pretty crazy, you know?
Dude.
Whoops. Whoops.
I don't know, man. I feel as if, like we've talked about Elon Musk before, but
He's a pretty rich fella.
do you think that there are aliens that are already here and they just like live among us?
Do you think Elon's one of those aliens?
Yes. But do you think that like
What about the lizard people?
I don't get that.
I don't know enough about the lizard people to give a detailed account or description or anything like that.
I
But
don't even know what that is.
it's basically what lizard people would be like. Do you think like lizard like they would have came from
They'd be
space?
lizards? Lizard people from space that look like us? I don't even get it.
No, you've never heard of.
It's the worst storyline ever.
It's a conspiracy.
It's the worst storyline ever.
It's a conspiracy. You haven't
Why?
heard of this conspiracy?
No, what is it?
It's like they're lizard people
From space.
I don't know if they're from space. That's what I'm asking. I thought
Dude,
you might have.
That's
I
what
thought you
I'm
might have heard
saying.
of this.
This is the worst storyline
I
ever.
thought you might have heard of this.
I've heard of it, but I'm like, what the fuck does it even mean? Like,
Well, so
lizard
you don't know
people
anything
from
about it.
space.
Look at this is what the handy dandy laptop is for.
All right.
Just look up lizard people conspiracy, and then we'll just read the first thing that comes up.
Lizard. God damn it. Caps lock. Lizard.
Well, that's how they know that this is an urgent. Like we need answers
like
now.
we need it now.
Like we need these answers. Lizard people conspiracy.
Oh yeah, let's
Just put conspiracy because we don't know if they're from space or not. We don't want to get false results.
I don't know how to spell conspiracy.
If anybody watching knows anything about the lizard people, please comment.
Reptilian.
And let us know.
Oh god, look at this YouTube video. The lizard people conspiracy inside
job.
God damn it.
But yeah, it says that they're lizard people, and I think they wear like human skin suits, and they like live with us, like they walk around pretending to be us. I think that's what it's supposed to be. But
Dog, no.
that
dude.
diagram makes them look fucking humongous. I didn't think they were that big.
Okay. Conspiracy theories, though.
Which one do you believe in? Like, what's the?
You know what?
What's like the most realistic conspiracy you think is true, and what's like the most batshit one you think is true?
You know what's crazy?
If you know any, honestly.
I'm not a big conspiracy theory kind of guy.
Like, you don't know any?
Like, in my opinion, well, I know some, like, for example, like the 9/11 was an inside job type shit.
Was it?
Like, in my opinion, because they say, like, the way the buildings collapsed, like, it wouldn't have collapsed like it did if a plane landed on it and shit like that.
And they said jet fuel can't burn hot enough to melt to melt the beams or something.
But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what was there to gain? Who the fuck gained out of just blowing up thousands of people?
Whoever owned the World Trade Centers. And this is the most convincing thing that I've heard to where it might actually be true is the fact that apparently, I'm not 100% sure, and I could be misquoting. This is just some bullshit I saw on TikTok, so who knows if it's true or not. But apparently, like, the guy who owns the towers took out insurance for terrorism insurance, like 3 months before the attacks happened.
I don't know about that.
Like, that's pretty coincidental, right?
If that happened,
If that's
everyone
true,
would have
then,
fucking
that's really coincidental.
put him in prison.
But they didn't. They
I don't
can
know.
see that it happened, and they didn't do anything to him
See, I feel as if
because there's not enough proof, I guess, in the pudding,
in the conspiracy pudding.
in the conspiracy pudding.
I feel as if the only one that you could say is like the U.S. wanted to go to war with, you know, the Middle East. Was it Afghanistan, right?
I don't know, dude. Yeah, let's be careful.
Oh no! So, but I feel like
start name dropping countries, dog. Don't just stop name dropping countries, dog. It might be dangerous.
we might have to cut that out. How do we?
Just listen.
Who was
Just
it
say,
with?
Somewhere in the Middle East.
Who was it with?
Somewhere in the Middle East,
It
I'm
was
sure.
Afghanistan, right? Oh no.
Some of them were in Afghanistan, I think.
That is so bad.
Dude, we have a computer. The war in Iraq. Isn't it Iraq?
Yeah.
They occupy Afghanistan, but the war is in Iraq. Yeah, you might have to cut a little bit. But yeah, so I forgot what we were even talking about.
Hold on. It
Once
was
you start hitting those eggshells,
dog.
you were just like, Afghanistan. And I was like, whoa. I don't know if it was that one. I'm not sure.
USA versus
Like a fucking Street Fighter. It's not fucking Street Fighter. What the fuck?
It's fucking
USA versus
Afghanistan. Iran? Was it Iran?
Dude,
Fuck!
that's soccer.
Game.
So you don't
Oh,
put USA
no.
versus Iran.
This isn't good.
This is
USA.
USA.
What the fuck do I put?
USA.
Who flew into the building?
Who flew into the building?
What the fuck do I put?
Dude,
Who flew into the Trade
Give me the-
Center?
give me the
It's gonna
fucking
be- It's gonna
laptop.
give us a fucking.
give me the laptop, dude.
It's gonna give us a really Middle Eastern name.
It's the Iraq War.
So what are those people called?
Iraqis?
Iranian?
No, Iran's a country.
Oh my
Dude.
What the fuck is that?
Dude, you need
Hold
to
on.
look at a fucking globe every once in a while.
Dude, we need to get some of this shit out.
Decided to cut nothing, motherfucker.
You need to look at a globe every once in a while.
Oh my god.
Why did the U.S. start the war in Iraq?
Okay, there we go.
The United States based most of its rationale for the invasion on claims that Iraq had a weapon of mass destruction and posed a threat to the United States and its allies.
Okay.
Okay, well, that didn't say anything about that.
I had nothing to do with it.
Who did 9/11?
One morning.
Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda. Where's the Al Qaeda from? We're gonna find out. Where
Oh my god.
is Al Qaeda? Because who led Al Qaeda, right?
No, man, you're in
Oh
the
shit! I went
shopping.
to
section.
shopping.
There's
That's not
there's
right.
like a fucking. God damn, I'm dying.
Pakistan. Al Qaeda's from Pakistan. So why did we fight Iran?
Dude, I don't know. Dude,
Oh,
I don't,
shit, dude! I think we're busted. I think we're busted it wide open.
Dude, I think.
I think we're busted it wide open.
What the fuck?
All right, guys. We just
Okay.
made a breakthrough.
On this week's episode of We Know Absolutely Nothing About History.
we figured it out.
So apparently, Al Qaeda, the guys who did 9/11, are from Peshawar,
So
Pakistan.
the reason that we fought Iraq,
Iraq.
Iraq, the reason we went to war with Iraq was because
Still remains unknown. We're gonna do some more.
we're gonna go back to the drawing board on this one, guys. But stay tuned.
Dude, we just stumbled onto something pretty crazy right now.
Listen, all this
That is
Iran-
so funny.
Iraq and Pakistan talk. I don't.
Dude, that's another revelation. Dude, we made a revelation about Julius Caesar last podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and now we just made a revelation about 9/11.
We made a revelation that we are never paid attention to anything our teachers taught us. We never paid attention to shit. Dude, that's probably why school teachers are so fucking pissed off all the time.
Yeah, dude, because this is what they have to deal with.
Dude, imagine having like me and you in the back of the class. Just we were like, if we were in the same class,
Oh,
we'd be
dude,
doing this, but just in the back of some teacher's fucking class,
they're trying to talk and make a living.
and we're just fucking
Trying
laughing
to fucking-
hysterically.
They're taking time out of their day to teach us.
Yeah.
You know, the subject they took like 8 years to learn.
Right. And me and you just couldn't give less of a fuck in the back of the fucking class.
Talking about whatever the fuck.
Oh my god,
Hey,
man.
fuck that teacher. They're not cooler than us.
Dude, some teachers are assholes too. Like, there's no reason to be yelling
At children?
at children's. Definitely not children, but like even high school kids. Like a lot of them are just
No.
dumbasses.
High school kids are still kids. They're fucking kids.
That is true. So when do you think the breakthrough comes when you're not like a little dumbass kid anymore?
High school.
Do you think that's when it actually is?
Mm-hmm. Because high school, like, by the time you're a freshman, you already know what morals are and stuff.
Right.
Like,
Right
you
from
know
wrong.
Right from wrong. And that's, like, the big
Don't
thing.
put your dick in that hole. Put your, you know.
Like, little kids, you can give an excuse for them still not knowing right and wrong. But a high school kid, especially, like, a freshman, they know right from wrong, right? And I think that's... I
Right.
think once you are able to distinguish right and wrong is when you can, you know, stop being considered a dumbass little kid. Unless you always do wrong, then you are probably a dumbass little kid.
Right.
Because if you know right from wrong and you're still doing wrong,
So if you had to
You know.
try and teach,
what subject?
yeah, what subject?
Yeah, fun fact, I already considered being a teacher.
English.
English, yes, you knew that.
So you would be an English teacher.
Yeah, I considered being an English teacher, but my real passion that I would love to teach about would be like mythology.
Oh.
Like if I would have went to school for like
Mythology, huh?
yeah,
Like Zeus and
like Zeus and the other guys.
would that be like the other guys?
all the other ones?
All the other ones. So like would that be like a college elective or is that like a high school elective?
I think in high school it's definitely an elective, but in college you can pretty much major in jerking off. You know what
Really?
I mean, you can major in anything in college.
Like which stroke?
So yeah, like which stroke is the most like leads to the
Efficient.
most effective amount of volume load?
Which stroke is going to amplify while what's projectile? Which stroke is going to give you the most
Yeah, it's
bang
like,
for your buck?
like realistically, there you can literally major in just about anything, right? There's lots of majors in college, right? I mean, you know, you name it, and there's probably the major for it, right? Like sports
Right.
history, regular history. There's electives, or not electives, but there's classes and courses based on like just women's history or just like Black history or like any of that kind of like. There's a bunch of different subjects, and you can learn any of them and become a professor's got to teach that class, right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to be someone's got to know what they're talking
Someone's
about.
got to teach something, dude.
So yeah, you could really be you could gain a PhD in just about anything, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I would fucking agree.
I mean, you can get a PhD in like fucking farming. You know what I mean? Like there's a PhD in like
As long as you just
agriculture.
go for long enough.
Yeah, if you pay.
Isn't that funny? Like they're like
It's so fucked up because, who the fuck, like I hate college. You know what I mean? Like I hate the fact that college is so expensive.
yeah. Well, I think it's funny because it's like, dude, they make it so expensive and they're like, hey, if you major in this for 8 years, we'll give you a PhD.
And the annoying part is
bullshit.
like I can learn all that stuff. College is a sham because you can truly learn anything if you just go to your public library. You can
Right.
become an expert in that fucking field if you read enough and if you study enough into that field. The only thing that college does is you're essentially paying whichever college you go to, however much money a year it is, that's how much you're paying for basically for them to have your next 4 years scheduled out, right? So the fact that you
Yeah.
have a schedule of classes and tests and exams, it just basically keeps you in like a security of like, all right, I know that what I have to do and this is how I have to do it and all that shit. And basically, like to employers and everything, it just shows like that you were able to go somewhere for 4 years
And do what
what
you
you were
needed to do.
told and fucking you got reasonably good grades.
But can't I just fucking convince you that, like, if I'm a good enough salesman, I could probably just convince you that I would be better than that person based off of my experience in real life.
And you very well could do that. That's something that happens in the workforce, like. But at the same time, it's like,
Yeah, what are you gonna do, dude? On the same on a topic that I was thinking about earlier, because you said you had the same birthday as Nicolas Cage.
I do.
You want to know who I had the same birthday as?
Who?
Prince.
The fucking sex icon.
The sex icon, Purple Rain, who's dead now.
That couldn't be more fitting.
Rest in peace.
Purple
But
Rain.
you want to know something?
That's one of my favorite songs of all time. Is Purple Rain, by the way. That's an amazing song.
I love that. You want to know something even crazier about the fact that I had the same birthday as Purple Rain? I mean,
Yeah,
fucking Prince. When I first moved to Vegas, I had a babysitter.
Yeah.
And her husband, was a Prince impersonator on the strip, and he still does it.
That's really
and he
cool.
looked exactly like fucking Prince. And not only did he look like Prince, I swear he had an amazing voice. He was cool as fuck. Like he'd be walking around like, dude,
He was a
that
Prince
dude's cool as
impersonator,
fuck.
dude. You got to be pretty cool if you got to impersonate Prince.
Yeah, dude.
My speaking of that, what's really funny is my grandfather, I call him Pop Pop, so I'm just gonna say Pop Pop. My Pop Pop, he was really good friends with an Elvis impersonator because Vegas, in his day,
there was
Vegas,
hundreds of them running around,
dude, everywhere. But he,
how you doing?
But he knew the one, like the good one,
the one good one.
Yeah, like he was.
What made him so good?
Well, I don't know, dude. You gotta ask him, I guess. Ah, shit. You gotta ask him. Like, I don't know what. I mean, any impersonator, right? What makes you like the best one? Is
Maybe
it
just the closest?
Do you have like the best outfit? What do you think matters more? The outfit? Like, does the outfit have to be perfect, or do you think you can get away with a shittier outfit if you got a really good?
If you're really good at
impression
impersonating,
down?
or what if it's like you add? What if you're like the shittier the better? I feel like with specific characters, if you're trying to impersonate, the shittier you do it, the better it is. Like,
well, with Elvis that works because Elvis, like, if you got the bigger pot belly you got and the crazier fucking black mullet you have, then that's the best Elvis you're gonna get, right?
Exactly.
But Prince, you don't fuck with Prince like that.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Fuck with Elvis. With Prince, you do him diligence.
You do him exactly like,
and you look like Prince when you're being Prince. You don't fucking like no one ever cosplays or dresses. No one ever impersonates the fucking 19-year-old Elvis because nobody can pull that off. Apparently, they all do the fucking 54-year-old Elvis that was fucking in the goddamn big ass like jumper suit.
Yeah.
Eating the
no one does the sexy
sandwiches.
Elvis. Yeah, why doesn't anyone do the sexy Elvis? Because it's not as fun.
The only one who did do the sexy Elvis was that guy who was in the Elvis movie.
Yeah,
and he did a damn good Elvis.
Dude, that movie was great. That movie was really good. He
didn't win the Oscar though.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Because he did a great job in that fucking movie, and that was a good movie.
Usually, those biopics are like hook, line, and sinker for like the best actor
Oscar,
to get them,
right?
Because you can think like the guy who did Stephen Hawking a couple years ago did it. Redmayne, his name is, good actor, great actor, and the guy, when Will Smith did Prince Richard, it's another one that another biopic, but but Rami Malek did Queen,
yeah,
and Elton
John, that was good.
Taron Egerton did Elton John,
Bohemian Rhapsody,
and I think he won as well, or he was at least nominated.
Right.
So all these people that do these biopics are like Oscar bait for sure. And surprisingly, he did an amazing job, but he just apparently just didn't do better than the guy who won.
Dude, I gotta say, like, all these people, because all these motherfuckers like Bohemian Rhapsody, how did he die again? It was AIDS?
AIDS, yeah.
And then Elvis died from drugs. Like, there's something about that much power that just gets you just gets you in a dark place, huh? Like that you're on top of the world that
Yeah,
you never want to get off of it. Is that what it is?
I think it's like you're on top of this peak, but you're alone.
Mm,
You're at that peak by yourself, and I feel like that's what leads them down like the fucking all the sex and all the drugs, especially the drugs. You know, it's like
more drugs.
they're so
All the drugs.
like, you know, they're so popular and they're so high and mighty in their heads where it's like, you know, they feel as if they need to do it, or, you know, obviously I have no idea, right? But fame is such a, I mean, it's such a blessing and a curse, right? You know, because everyone thinks you're on top of the world, and you might be on top of the world. You might be on top of your world, but then you might be alone up there. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So lots of people, lots of celebrities probably feel like really alone the more famous they get, because the more famous you get, it's almost like the less human you become. Because when
Yeah,
we see a
because no one
famous
treats
person,
you like a human.
exactly, like
Yeah.
when we see a famous person, we're like, let me get a picture. You're fucking, oh my god, you're my favorite. Like,
Oh my god, I just
we
want you to
put
dip
them
on
on
my
an
face.
idol, right? Like, imagine you're so popular and you're getting put on an idol every day of your
Mhm.
life. Imagine what that does to somebody's psyche.
Yeah.
And imagine you're being put praise, 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 and then you put out a bad song, or you say something bad, or you make a bad joke, or, you know, any sort of thing, and then you go down. So you were just at the top, and then boom, you hit a spike, and now you're fucking the lowest you've ever felt in a long time, right? So it's like,
Right.
it's such a gift and a curse, right? Because obviously, you know, the fame provides money and recognition, you know, and all that's great, but then so many negatives come with fame that it's almost like sometimes you got to wonder, is it truly worth it?
Right.
Because some people just might think, oh yeah, it's always worth it, but then some people can't handle it, and the people that can't handle it or couldn't handle it, where are they? Prison, 6 feet under, or
You end
they
up
were
like
able to
Britney
turn,
Spears.
it around, and they're doing better for themselves, right? Like Mike
Yeah.
Tyson, right? Because Mike
Yeah.
Tyson couldn't handle it at first.
Mike Tyson could handle it, and now
Well,
he's
he could handle it, then he couldn't handle it because his mentor passed, and now he's better than ever. Now he's like just this humble, beautiful man. It's Mike Tyson's such an inspiring story. I love Mike Tyson.
dude. He's such a great story.
God, what a human being. Now that's like
Yeah.
a really good human being. Like, he's been through his good, he's been through his bad, he's done good, he's done bad, he's done plenty of bad, right? But he's just, you got to move past it. You know, all that stuff's in the past, right?
Right.
And I always say, like, we make mistakes. Like, the only reason we make mistakes is so we can learn from them, right? And that's something I always tell myself. You know, it's like, because it's a very important thing. You know, it's like mistakes are going to be made. That's like, shit happens, right? But it's how you keep going, and it's how you persevere. It's how you keep pushing forward. Like,
That counts.
that's what counts. You
Right.
know? Shit's gonna happen. Mistakes are gonna be made. But how do you learn from it? How do you become better with it? You know, that's where the true power comes in.
Right. No, I would agree. I think that's. I mean, really, there was this quote. I'm gonna fuck it up really bad here, but it was like you were born, you suffer, you learn, and then you succeed, or something like that.
Mhm.
But that's really what it is. Like, you're born, you don't know shit. You literally start from zero fucking knowledge. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
And then you suffer because of that, and then you learn from the suffering, and then you succeed because of it.
You know what's crazy? That some people have never had to suffer in their whole life. Isn't that an
Okay.
insane concept? Don't you think that's such a universal experience that it would be impossible for somebody to not experience it?
Let me ask you something about that, though, right? So, do you think it's more of the fact that some people have never suffered, or do you think it's more of the fact that they have never? Because, like, you ever heard the saying, like, someone who's drowning in 3 feet of water and someone who's drowning in 12 feet of water, it doesn't matter because they're both still
They're both
drowning. Like, a
I
person
haven't
who,
heard that, but that's really good.
yeah, like, let's say a person who actually is suffering in that 12 feet of water, like, legitimate, third world countries, you're born into this, you know, dirt poor lifestyle where you're starving every day, or, you know, even if you're born into poverty in another country, but you have to live a certain lifestyle and walk a certain way so that you can project a bravado that's not really there and it's not really you, but you have to kind of play that character. Like that type of suffering. Or what if it's like, you know, you're a fucking Persian prince, you have a daughter, and the daughter, you know, lives in a mansion. She has a gold toilet. She wipes her ass with gold toilet paper.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. And her nail polish is fucked up one day.
Oh my god, dude. She's drowning. Help this woman.
To help her out, right?
Dude, her nail polish.
There are people in Uganda who
Can't even eat or sleep.
don't even have a loaf of bread.
But this poor princess has the wrong shade of nail polish.
Yeah, whoever made up that fucking analogy of the drowning 3 feet and 12 feet, that shit's bullshit, okay?
Dude, just stand up if you're drowning in 3 feet. Just
No,
stand the
but
fuck up.
Okay, but in all honesty, like, just
God
stand
damn
the
it.
fuck up, god
If
damn
you're
it.
drowning in 3 feet, dude.
But
what
okay,
are you, an ant? Stand the fuck up.
the analogy though, I guess it's in essence, it's like everyone has their own problems, and from your point of view, you can only experience the things you've experienced.
You're right.
So, like a divorce, like for someone, a divorce where it's like you're both of your parents, your dad leaves because your mom and dad divorce, and then you only see your mom from now on or something.
Or and then
That
the other, and then the other one would be like, it's your fault, and that's why your dad left, and he left because it's your fault that you were born.
You know what's crazy? Exactly, like something like, like where he's like, "Fuck you" because you were born.
This is all your fault, you little shit.
But like something like that, and in your mind, you're like, "Fuck!" Like my parents got divorced. That's so upsetting, and that's psychologically damaging to me. Like that'll cause trauma to that person.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's crazy because there were people, like in other countries when there's war, like those babies more than likely, if they survive, are going to be without a mom and a father because they might have died during the fucking war. And then they're going to be put into these different programs, and they're going to be raised without any parents and maybe any love.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, is also going to cause trauma. So it's kind of like which trauma is actually worse. But that's the thing is, do you even know which trauma is worse? Can you even scale it if you think about it from their point of views?
Yeah, I think you can. So it is like trauma's trauma, right? Obviously, people are going to go through it, right? It happens. But the trauma that a fucking princess, you know, in a castle with a gold toilet and gold toilet paper for a fucking golden asshole, it's like her problems.
Did she bleach her asshole?
No, she gold
dipped her asshole in gold crusted. Okay,
that's how rich this princess is. You know,
this is in Dubai. Asshole. This has to be in Dubai.
100%.
She has a pet tiger, Snow White. It's a white tiger.
One of the, like one of the ones that are endangered.
Exactly. Because she's fucking took them all.
That's how rich she is. Because
she has the last one actually.
She needed some coats, but now she kept the last one as a pet.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I'm sorry, but the struggles that she faces aren't the same that the struggles that someone that, you know, living in a third world country would face, right? And obviously they're both going to have their own struggles, and I'm sure the rich bitch's struggles suck, but she always still has, you know, richness to fall back on.
Right.
Now maybe I'm being a little, you know, harsh, right? Because I feel like a princess is.
That's a very extravagant example I gave.
Because because they're born into it, right?
And that's like one person out of like 100 million.
Like at least like some normal famous person like worked for it in some capacity, right?
Right.
They had to post a lot of videos, or they had to work on a lot of movies.
Right.
Wrote a lot of books. Who fucking knows, right?
Right.
In some capacity, they worked for it. But when you're born into the perfect life, where you don't have any sort, like where you don't have to worry about your next meal, or you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about someone literally like killing you, just because you're walking down the wrong street.
Exactly. Wearing the wrong color.
Exactly. So it's like the struggles aren't the same, right? Now, they both might struggle in their own ways, but the struggles aren't the same at all.
I agree. I don't think they're the same, but I think that honestly, the trauma might be the same. Like in the way of the fact that again, like if you can only see from your point of view. So like for example, I can only see from the point of view of like I can only see in the point of view of what I've experienced up to this point, that I know I can conclude everything from what I know. This isn't making sense, but it's basically like your point of view causes that trauma, and just because you can only see everything from your point of view and
Exactly.
no one else's.
No, that does make sense, because you don't know
What that person's
you don't
going
know what the
through.
princess's point of view feels like, just like you don't know what the super poor person.
Because we
in
can,
a
at the end of the
third
day,
world country.
everyone has it harder than you do. I don't give a fuck if you're in that third world country. Someone probably has it harder than you in that place. Honestly. So it's like you can only see it from your point of view, and you never know what that's like until you're there. Like that's why a lot of people, when they relapse and like do drugs and shit, they have to hit rock bottom before they get better. Because they're gonna keep relapsing until whatever their perspective is. Whatever their personal rock bottom is. Because we could look at someone tweaking on the side of the road and we could be like, oh, that's rock bottom.
But for them,
it might not be.
Their rock bottom is only like when they decide to start sucking dick for crack.
Exactly. And that's an epidemic.
And then even then, that might not be someone's rock bottom.
Yeah.
Their rock bottom might be like, I don't even know what's.
Okay, yeah, I don't. That's
pretty low.
That should be like everyone's rock bottom right there. Sucking dick for some crack.
Sucking dick for crack is a pretty good example
of rock bottom. I don't know what's worse, dog.
Give it up your ass.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you had to pick one.
What are you asking me right now? What are you asking me right now?
Okay, so I'm the drug dealer.
Okay. Of course you are. What a fun character you get to play.
Okay, I'm the drug dealer,
and I'm the crackhead that needs some drugs. So please, sir, let me just bend over for you, sir.
You're the crack.
I need some crack. I need some crack. What the fuck?
You're the crackhead.
I always got to play these fucking characters, man.
Okay. You're the crackhead who just... Okay. Hey, man, how you doing? Oh, shit. Right. You got them rubs again, huh?
Yeah, I need some.
Listen, man, you're already 100 behind. I'm going to need it double time. I'm going to need... If you want that 8 ball, you need that 8 ball. I'm gonna need 3 times. I'm gonna need 300 for that.
I don't got it, man. I don't got it. But
you don't got it.
I can tell you what I do got.
What do you got?
An eagerness to please and some luscious lips, buddy. Let's do this.
Oh shit! You one of them, huh?
Oh yeah. I want some crack, and you're gonna give it to me.
All right, but listen, I'll give you half if you give me a blowjob, but the other half I'll give you if you give me that ass.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want, man. Let's get. I'm getting crack, right?
Yeah.
How much?
An 8 ball.
That's good enough. Just give me crack. Just give me fucking crack, man.
Damn. So wait, which one would you pick though? I'd probably pick sucking the dick because I'm not getting my ass fucked.
Dude, if I'm already rock bottom, I want the crack.
So, like, you're taking in the ass because...
First of all, you basically said I gotta do both.
No, I gave you...
First you said, if you want half, you suck me off. But if you want all of it, I need that ass. So I said, well, I guess, yeah, I guess so. You know? I guess
Hey,
I have to do both.
That's
now,
a great
don't I?
salesman. You know, he only gave you one real option, but there was two hidden in
He
there.
said, hey, let's flip a coin. Heads, you suck my dick. Tails, you
Fuck.
also suck my dick.
Hey, heads, you suck my dick. Tails, I fuck you in the ass.
It's like, what? Well, shit. Fucking flip that coin. Oh yeah.
No, but
God damn it.
man, that's an interesting scenario about the rock bottom. Yeah, but that's the thing is everyone's rock bottom's different, and you don't know until you know.
Because a rich person's rock bottom, like a really, really rich person's rock bottom, would be like, you know, being seen at a thrift store or something.
Being seen at a thrift store,
Or like a McDonald's or something like that.
You want to know something crazy?
Like something that poor people would go to.
Right. Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
Dude, Allen Iverson probably made at least what in the hundreds of millions of dollars in his career, easily.
Yeah.
And he once said that after his career, he was once so broke that he had to borrow money just to feed his kids. That is an insane concept, bro.
Yes, but think about it. He had some wealthy friends to ask for help.
Like Michael Jordan.
Dude. He's
like, dog, I know I crossed you up that one time, but
he was like the number one point guard in the NBA. There's no way nobody would help him out, right?
Well, I don't know, man.
If you win an MVP, people will help you out.
A lot of people are more self-centered and selfish and stingier than you would think.
I could see that. I agree with that.
Like even if someone is millions of dollars deep, there could still be some fucking stingy, self-centered motherfuckers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I'm even a culprit of like being a little bit like naturally. I read this somewhere, like naturally if you go to talks to someone and you ask them questions about themselves, they'll enjoy talking about themselves,
of course,
more than the regular conversation that you're going to have with someone random about anything else.
Yeah.
Now, this doesn't apply to like friends, obviously, but like if you go up and meet a stranger and you ask them about themselves, they'll enjoy talking about themselves and they'll just keep going on and on.
By proxy, they're going to think that you're a great conversationalist.
Exactly.
They're going to think you're a fucking like, wow, I love talking to Alex.
Exactly.
He just is such a great.
Exactly. But all they did was talk about themselves to you. And you were like, oh, wow, like that's interesting. What about this? What about this? What about this? And then they just keep going on and on and on. Like naturally humans, I feel like are at their core kind of selfish, self-centered beings, creatures.
I think that comes to, I think the selfishness comes from our old animalistic instincts
Of just survival.
Because
no matter what, I'm going to survive.
Yeah, man. And that's a crazy idea in and of itself, because that adrenaline pumps into your body. You don't know what's happening now. Like once that adrenaline hits you, like you could do anything, or you could fucking like, you know, it like that fear of death and like that situation of being in that situation, like being in that death situation, that can lead you to do just about anything, whether it's good or bad, right? Like you could lift a car to save your kids, but you would also, you know, push a grandma in front of the zombies to like protect yourself.
I mean,
I would never push my grandma. I would definitely push somebody else's grandma into a horde of zombies.
Like I'm gonna be honest, like if I was over your house and the zombie apocalypse broke out,
fuck. Of course, yeah.
And
yeah, of course it's my house.
And there's 3 zombies coming my way.
Yep.
And they look hungry. And Grandma Rose is in her walker
and
walking past me.
Yeah, dude. There's some beefy people in that house.
There's only one way for me to go.
There's some beefy people in that house. You could definitely make your
Because
escape.
I mean, honestly, let's be honest. old people in a zombie apocalypse, they're not gonna live anyways. I might as well make my escape while they're fucking occupied.
It's a good idea.
You know?
But that's like only if you have an old person in your home.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, zombie apocalypse. Where the fuck are you going? First thing, what are you doing?
I have a couple weapons
Okay.
in my house that I will not disclose at this time. But
Okay.
I have weapons that I would
Are you
use.
talking about that double-sided dildo? I seen that.
Dude,
That's
stop.
God
dude,
damn
shut
it.
up.
I know, but okay, keep going.
It's a heavy-handed weapon. What can I say?
You can fuck someone up with the double-sided like
Dude, they're thick and they're heavy.
and the rubber, like full-on rubber silicone. You could fuck someone up with that thing.
Or like a big
Well, you
rubber
probably
fist,
wouldn't fuck them
you
up,
know?
but like a
big
zombie,
group.
it might just give them like whiplash. They'd be like, "Puh," and then like you run away.
No, because zombies have such. Zombies are real. At least like the zombies in movies and stuff. They are like weak. You know, like
Yeah, they're slow.
like
Well,
when you hit a zombie in the
okay.
head with a baseball bat, their head fucking explodes. When
Right.
You hit a person in the head with a baseball bat.
It just hurts really bad.
Well,
Well,
their
more
head's
than
not going to
that.
explode.
Yeah.
But it's gonna fuck.
You can have a broken
It's gonna
jaw
hurt
and nose.
really bad.
It's gonna disfigure your fucking
Yeah,
face
dude.
for a good.
No, they'd say it would hurt pretty bad.
Okay, actually though, if we had like zombies like the movie World War Z, we'd be fucked.
Oh, dude, I am killing myself if it's World War
I'm
Z.
killing myself too.
I am.
Dog,
There's no
it's-
point.
There's no point.
What are you gonna
You just see
what are you
one,
living
like-
on for?
You just see one like rocket through your fucking house window, like,
Dude,
oh nah,
I'm already slow. I can't fuck. I'm not outrunning any of those zombies.
dog.
I couldn't even.
At that point, it'd be
World
so
War
bad,
Z is like the fastest zombies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In media.
and that's scary
Right?
as fuck.
I thought Dawn of the Dead was really scary.
Yeah, where they're just regular people in zombie suits running.
Like sprinting,
And then
right?
CGI
they're pretty
came.
fast sprint.
yeah, it's pretty fast.
zombies.
Pretty fast sprint.
And then you get the CGI zombies,
Yeah.
where it's like they're hitting Usain Bolt speed.
Yeah, they're hitting fucking 30 miles per
Not
hour
to
on your
mention,
ass.
They're moving at that speed, and then they can climb on top of each other and make the zombie pyramid that you saw.
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
that's insane.
No, yeah, at that point it's over. But okay, regular like the Walking Dead zombies start coming at you. What's the first thing you're doing?
Like I said, I would get those weapons in my house, right? You know, I would definitely. I would probably, I would honestly just want to kill a couple of them, just for fun.
Just because like this is like all the comic book nerds' dreams.
You gotta kill us because you also, first of all, you gotta get used to. You're in the world now.
You might
in
as
it.
well know.
You have to know what it feels like. You have to be sure that you can do it.
Are
right?
these
You have
the
to get that
zombies?
mental block out of your
Are
way.
these the zombies that get shot in the head, or you have to shoot them 3 times in the dick to put them out? Who knows?
It's so funny that you say that because there was a movie about Did you ever see Neighborhood Watch?
No, but I
Do you remember what I'm talking? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like it had Vince Vaughn in it, and I think maybe Ben Stiller. I think it was.
Mhm.
And they're in the same neighborhood, right? And they start a neighborhood watch, and then it's basically aliens and not zombies. But the aliens can only die if you shoot them in the dick because that's where their brains are.
Mhm.
So the only way you could get these aliens is by dick shots.
Okay.
So by proxy, this is essentially what you were talking about. And I think, do you think it'd be easier or harder?
Much
that
harder
was-
to hit the dick.
You think it's harder to hit the dick?
Right, because you're like you'd have the
Okay.
ground.
Are we talking about just groin? This is where it gets the semantics get. Are we talking about just groin shot? Right? So like
Around the
any
groin
area
or the
or
tip of the
straight up
penis.
like your shaft. Like it has to hit.
you
the
got to
shaft.
hit the penis. That's hard.
That's fucking hard.
Their brain is in just the tip of their penis and it's swaying.
Because first of all, well, in the movie they weren't that large. The wieners.
Okay. How big is it? It'll depend on the type of zombie you
You
meet.
think aliens or zombies are just
Regular
people.
size white guy, easy.
Zombies.
That's
are
just
people,
you just
'cause that's
aim
like
towards the crotch.
Yeah, it's gonna be around the balls.
It'd be right on the balls.
Yeah, it's just resting
It's
on
just
top.
sitting on the balls.
But
Tyrone from down the street.
You might have to aim for that.
It's gonna be
middle
like
that
he's gonna be
mid-thigh.
running. It's gonna be swinging.
It could
You're
be
gonna be trying to.
mid-thigh.
You're just gonna start
Well, that's the
spraying.
thing. You gotta hope that they're wearing jeans, because that'll be the most.
Right. It's gonna be as
Because if they're
fucking
wearing shorts or sweatpants, it's gonna be a lot looser, and then you will have to worry.
basketball shorts
Then
would be
you
the
will have
worst
to
type
work-
of zombies.
Dude, naked would be the worst type of zombies.
No.
Because then gravity's doing all the work, and you got full flappage going.
And you just got the full on just.
And then you gotta
Elephant
get the
trunk.
right angle through the dangle. So you gotta be able to fucking hit. You gotta be on target.
You have to
bro.
be a marksman.
Now you're right. That would be quite difficult.
That would be that would be
Accurately shooting zombie dicks in the heat of battle? No way.
In the heat of battle, there's no
way.
chance.
You know?
There's no chance. And for some reason, the virus made everyone's penis 10 inches longer.
Of course it
So
did. Of course it
now,
did, right?
you just got this third leg swinging
And that's
across their
and
bodies.
you gotta shoot that thing.
And some of them have evolved.
so where they
to
can
where
wear
they
them
just-
like bandoliers, or they just or
They
they're
have it
able to use
wrapped.
them as like an extra leg to run on, so they're even faster. So they can tripedal us. It's very dangerous stuff here we're talking about. The dick
This
zombies.
The dick zombies would be the worst kind.
Oh my god, dude.
They start evolving on you.
Oh, don't
Fuck.
evolve on me. Don't evolve on my
Oh,
face.
do not evolve all
Don't
over my
evolve all
face.
over my face, please. Evolve somewhere else.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, dick zombies would once again, probably not a great way to go out, would be dick zombies.
Dick zombies, probably the worst kind of zombies.
How do they infect you? Do they have to suck you off?
No, dude. They fuck you in the ass.
Oh, of course they do.
That's
They're
how
giant
they
fucking
infect.
dicks.
And every time they fuck one person in the ass, it grows 3 centimeters. Three
Once-
3.5 centimeters.
No, once they get the dick into the ass, they kind of like fuse together,
Mhm.
and then it's like a human centipede of dicks.
Oh my
and they're
god.
just stuck together, and they make like a big dick train where they're all connected, dick to butt.
Oh my god. And then it's a
No.
big dick monster?
It's the big dick monster. Yeah, they're all
How?
connected.
Oh my
dick to butt.
god.
That would be pretty dangerous.
That would
Although I must say, if that were to happen, their movement would probably be pretty limited.
it would be hindered for sure.
Probably take it out
You could probably
with a missile strike.
just blow up the tips of the dicks.
Take out the hive. You got to take out the hive mind. Target acquired.
Oh my god, man. Well, I think on the same topic of huge dick monsters, that's the perfect way to wrap up episode 3 of the Shittiest podcast on the internet.
We always got to talk about big dicks somewhere in here.
Big dicks are going to be a part of this show, whether you guys like it or not.
Yeah, we might even have a couple guests that are big dicks every once in a while. You never know.
You never know what you're going to get on the Shittiest podcast on the internet.
But I am Lonnie.
And I'm Alex.
See you next week.
Bye.